Hey everyone, welcome back to the Own It Performance System Generating Culture little bonus area for you guys. And what we're talking about now is we've moved through the different areas of what it takes to create culture and really now taking a hard look at safety. And a lot of people are like, well, what does safety have to do with creating culture? And believe it or not, it actually has a massive reason for that. And especially now in the digital world where we don't have as much human connection, you're going to start to understand that as to why. So, when I talk about safety, um, I want us to think about when we were kids, and where was the safest place that we felt, and it was probably with our parents in some way, um, whether it was in their bed, whether it was sitting next to them watching TV, whether it was in the car traveling with them, just knowing that your parents had full control of everything. Now, when we come into the business area or our relationships or our family now, we have to understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And it is so important, guys. I cannot stress this enough why safety is a key cog in creating culture. Because again, we come back to the purpose of creating culture. Why do we want culture? It's so that people understand what we stand for. It's so people want to be a part of our company. They want to uh, give us respect. They want we want our family to have this sense of unity. Whatever it is that we claim culture is, it all stems from feeling safe in that organization, in that family, in that relationship. And if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs with this triangle again, the base is physiological. Everything that has to do with just having air, being able to breathe, having enough food or water, sex, sleep, being able to, homeostasis means basically we're in a stable setting. We're not all over the place and stressed out and maybe bouncing from home to home. And we have a place to go to the bathroom and be sanitary and wash our hands and all of those basic needs. And would you lo and behold, the next phase up in that, and Maslow's hierarchy of needs is what a human needs just in order to operate at a high level and have that sense of fulfillment. It goes back to that 151 and 1 rule that we spoke about at the beginning. But safety is second, and that's of your body and your employment and your resources, life, mortality, um, uh, morality, just how you feel, your family, health, and property. So the foundation that Maslow is saying to this sense of fulfillment, the sense of happiness, is actually safety. Because in a company or in a family, physiological things are sometimes things outside of your control. And we're going to get into this last piece, which is um, the last part of creating culture and the center of or the circle of control in a second. But physiological things are sometimes out of our control. But the first thing that we can control, the first thing that we can have an impact on is safety of how people feel. Anytime we're communicating through our actions, we are saying more than our words. We have to understand that. So if we're at home and we're yelling at our spouse, we're yelling at our kids, we are not giving them this sense of safety, they're missing a key cog in the wheel within their needs to even start to create a culture of happiness, a culture of integrity, a culture of loyalty. And those are the things that we want. But if we're not doing the things that we require as human beings, there's no way we're going to get there. So understand that safety is a key part of that. It's no different than if you're an executive level in your company and you come into somebody and you say, hey, you better pick it up or you're going to be out of a job. That probably doesn't motivate them, even though that's what you're trying to do. Instead, come in and have that powerful conversation, like we spoke about, in gratitude, and sit with them, say, what can I give you? What resources can I provide to you to help increase your productivity, to help increase your ability to make our company money, to help increase your well being so that you can be better for us? What is it that, like Mr. Branson said, what is it that I can do for you so that you can serve our customers better? And that comes back to safety. Another story is we're in the midst of a lot of layoffs, a lot of furloughs. Well, if the action of the company was to lay off people on the bottom so that the executives could keep their jobs, keep their salaries, what is that saying in terms of how you value the customer or how you value the employee and the safety that they have? It's probably not very good. But if the communication is high and you're willing to back off certain salaries at the top and it's a melting pot all the way down and a trickle effect, well, all of a sudden we feel like we're in this together. We feel this level of safety. We feel this level of intimacy, this family. And the security is so much higher. And we now have this massive, massive feeling of safety, which increases our ability to increase the culture within the company, within the family, within the relationships that we have. It's even safety is so much more important than even love and belonging. That's another level up. And then esteem above that, and then your self-actualization at the very top, where it's pieces of it. But so often as individuals, leaders of the companies, leaders of our households, leaders of within our relationships, we go after the esteem area, the self-actualization area, and try to just put little band-aids on things and say that, oh, because I did something nice for you or I solved a problem for you and helped you at the pinnacle of where you're at, you should feel this sense of loyalty that we talk about. You should feel this sense of character within our company or within our relationship that we talk about, this loyalty. But in actuality, you're missing an entire base of quite virtually your foundation, and that's safety. And that is so important here, guys. I really want to hit this home, is making sure that your employees, making sure that your families, making sure that your spouses, your significant others, your kids feel safe. And that is how you generate that culture of integrity, that culture of loyalty, all those words that we really want. Yeah, I'm sure if you looked around your room right now, if you've done this with your family, you've got 4 words maybe you operate under, or you've got 4 words that your company talks about. And instead of just talking about them, be them. And the big thing is being able to focus on safety and give everybody in the room that feeling of that safety. So take a look at this and figure out how you can make sure that your spouse, your kids, your employees are feeling this level of safety. And then we'll move on to the last portion of creating culture, especially in this digital world. Own it.